Hi everyone, my name is Keertana and I'm here to explain you chapter number 19, that is different ways of starting algorithm. Let us see. In problem solving, there are three types of techniques. One is pseudocode, next is algorithm and flowcharts. Let us discuss some brief explanations about these three types of techniques. First one, pseudocode. Pseudocode is a methodology that provides or allows the programmer to represent the implementation of an algorithm. Pseudocode is written more close to the programming language. It may be considered as augmented programming language. It also consists of full of comments and descriptions which are required for the developer for the coding to generate the code more efficiently and appropriately. Pseudocode avoids variable declarations, but they are written using some actual programming languages, constructs like C, Pascal, etc. Pseudocode contains more programming details than structured English. It provides a method to perform the task as if a computer is executing the code. So, in this way, a pseudocode can be written. Now, let us consider an example for better understanding. Here, we have taken an example how to write a program to print Fibonacci up to n numbers. Void function Fibonacci. We have taken get value of n, set value of a to 1 and b to 1. We have initialized I to 0 and taken for loop, that is for of I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. If a is greater than b, increase b by a and print b. Else, if b is greater than a, increase a by b and print a. Now, by the above example, we can understand how to write the pseudocode, and we also see it is very close to the programming languages, so the program can be written the program in the proper syntax looking at the pseudocode very easily. Next one, let us see about the algorithm. What is an algorithm? An algorithm is a step-by-step process or a procedure to solve a well-defined program in a finite number of steps. It should be efficient and last step must be terminated or exit. Now, let us see some more details about algorithm. An algorithm is basically the logic of a program and it is independent of any programming language. It is a sequence of instructions to be carried out to solve a problem. The algorithm is written in general English statements. Now, coming to characteristics of algorithm. The main characteristics of algorithms are shown in this PPT. Let us see. Algorithm must be uniquely named. Algorithms should have explicitly defined set of inputs and outputs. Third one, algorithms are well ordered with unabused operations. Fourth one, algorithms halt in an finite amount of time. That is nothing but algorithms should not run for infinity. That is, an algorithm must end at some point. Next one, let us see the properties of algorithm. Input. What is an input? An algorithm must take an input, but some algorithms must not take any input, but algorithms can take zero or more inputs. Second one, output. An algorithm must generate at least one output. Third one, definiteness. Every statement should be clear and defined, and it should be having a single and extra meaning. Exact meaning. Finiteness. An algorithm must consist of finite number of steps. That means it should terminate or end at some point. And the last one, fifth one, effectiveness. Every statement used in the algorithm must be efficient. These are the properties of algorithm. Let us see process for designing and analyzing the algorithm. First one, understand the problem. Next, de- decide problem solving technique. Third one, design an algorithm. Then, validate an algorithm. Next, analyze the algorithm, code the algorithm, and then test the algorithm. These are the process for designing and analyzing the algorithm. Next one, building blocks. An algorithm is made up of three basic building blocks. These are sequencing, selecting, and iteration. Sequencing. Sequence. This describes a sequence of action that a program carries out one after another unconditionally. Executing a list of statements in an order is called a sequence. Let us consider an example. Algorithm for adding two numbers. Step 1. Start. Step 2. Get two numbers as input and store it to A and B. Third one. Add the numbers A and B and store it into C. Print C. And the fifth step, that is the last step, is to stop. This is the sequence. Next one, selection. Selection is a program construct that allows a program to choose between different actions. Choose at most one action from several alternative conditions. Let us see selection example. Algorithm to find biggest among two numbers. The step 1 is to start and step 2 is to get two numbers as input and store it into A and B. Step 3. If A is greater than B, then step 4, print A is big, and else print B is big, and the last step is to stop. So, selection process structure executes some set of statements based on the given condition. So, let us see the next one, that is iteration. Iteration. Iteration may be defined as a smaller program that can be executed several times in many programs, repeated a block of statements while a condition is true. Let us see an example. Algorithm to calculate factorial. Step 1 is to start. Step 2 is to read the number, that is NUM. Step 3, initialize I is equal to 1 and fact is equal to 1. Step 4, repeat step 4 through 6 until I is equal to num, that is NUM. Step 5, fact is equal to fact star I. Star is nothing but multiplication. Step 6, I is equal to 1. Next, print fact stop. Stop is the last step, that is end of this algorithm. The above algorithm which we have seen is an example for repetition where it repeats some process until some condition gets satisfied. Now, let us see example of an algorithm. This is a basic example. Algorithm to find the Fibonacci series. So, the step 1 is to start. Step 2 is to declare variable I, A, B, show. Initialize the variables, that is A equal to 0, B equal to 1 and show equal to 0. Enter the number of terms of Fibonacci series to be printed. And next step is print first two terms of series. Next, use loop for the following steps, that are show equal to A plus B. Next one, A equal to B. And the next one, B equal to show. Increase value of I each time by 1. Print the value of shown. And the last step is to end. This is the example of an algorithm. Let us see the next one, that is the flowcharts. A flowchart is the graphical representation of steps. It was organized or originated from computer system as a tool for representing algorithm and programming logic, but had extended to use in all kinds of process. The process of drawing flowchart for an algorithm is known as flowcharting. Let us see features of flowchart. The features of flowchart are: it should consist of standardized and acceptable symbols. Next one, the symbols should be correctly used according to the flowchart rules. Third one, should have short, clear, and reusable statements written inside the symbols. It must have clear one starting point and one ending point. Next one, must flow in a logical order. Next one, should have acceptable and common keywords such as read, input, print, and write. And last but not least feature of the flowchart, that is, must have arrows indicating the flow of an instructions. Let us see the uses of flowchart. Flowcharts are used to 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 show the algorithms in the diagrammatical representation. So let us see the uses of flowchart in a clear way. It helps to clarify complex problems. It identifies steps that do not add values to the internal or external customers, including delay, needless storage and transportation, unnecessary works, duplication, and add expense breakdowns in communication. Next one, it serves as a basic of a designing new process. Another use is it helps team members gain a sharing understanding of the process and use this knowledge to correct data, identifying problems, focusing discussions, and identifying the resources. Next one. Let us see some symbols of flowchart. Flowchart symbols contains like terminal symbol, process symbol, input output symbol, discussion symbol, connection symbol, and the flowchart line. Now, this is an example of a flowchart. Now, as you can see, this is an example of a flowchart, like it starts from the above using the terminal and it declares a variable I, N, A, B and show. So, the initializing A equal to 0, B equal to 1 and show equal to 0. Next one, input the number of terms to be printed. Next one, the Fibonacci series is A and B. I equal to 0, if I equal to 0, I less than equal to n. If I is less than equal to n is yes, then it shows a plus a show equal to a plus b, that is a equal to b and b equal to show, and I plus plus I. If I is less than equal to n is not true, then it goes to directly stop. And if it is yes, as I have said, it goes to show equal to a plus b, a equal to b, b equal to show, and it shows print show, and then it exits. This is a basic example of a flowchart. This is end of the chapter. Thank you.